Okay. So what I want to go over today, really quick, is the issue with Syria. I know that everybody's kind of wondering exactly what the heck is going on there. Um, there's been quite a few dramatic developments just in the last week. So, I mean, for one, the Arab League canceled their mission and pulled the monitors out, um, and that was voted on by the Arab Parliament. So the 88 members, you know, made this decision, and I'm not quite sure it was made for the correct reasons, or the reasons that they're saying, but nonetheless, that's a fair political movement. Continuing on, though, it seems to, I think, have something to do with the fact that the SNC and the NCB, sorry, that's the Syrian National Council and the National Coordinating Body, excuse me, both exile groups from Syria, both drafted and signed a post-Assad democratic agreement. Um, I don't know if it does for sure, of course, because this is something that has been verified as absolutely 100% correct, and I don't think anything really is. But I will say that I did read about a week and a half ago that while U.S. and NATO were training the troops on the Jordanian border and the Turkish border, they promised both groups that if they were to overthrow the Assad regime, they would be given Syria to run um, as a democratic country. In doing so, just like many other times, the U.S. is able to manipulate and use these people for what they want, and I'm guessing that's probably something that Assad is not giving them currently. So keep an eye on that. Um, I think that things are heating up. They actually sent a U.S. sent envoy, excuse me, to Damascus in Syria to basically stop the violence. They're saying that they're fed up with the violence. We'll see exactly how that goes. I'm really hoping that Syria can come out in a better situation, and that it's not as messy as Libya. So that's where that situation is at right now. Iran and the U.S. seem to be boiling up as usual. And if you've noticed, they did kind of take the situation with Iran and they really stretched it out to kind of um, put the Syria situation in the shadows. And we found out about these war games. I found out on, I think it was the 21st, the 20th or the 21st. So it's amazing to me that, they weren't really saying anything about it until around the 27th. And that's when, the SNC and the NCB, well, they drafted on the 29th, I believe. But it's around that time that they these two groups decided that they were going to, put together this democratic agreement for the ruler that has not been overthrown yet. So yeah, I think it has something to do with that. I think it's being used as a little bit of a diversion. The situation with Iran has not seemed to kind of escalate too much. I mean, they're saying that it is, but it's really not. It's the same situation we've had, I think, for the last month. Um, I know that, Iran said about 3 weeks ago that they were planning on carrying out these war games, and as far as I know, the the threat or them saying that they were capable of closing the Strait of Hormuz was not them lashing out. It was more so a statement of defense, really, because they've been put under sanctions, and sanctions themselves are acts of war, so they've already been under attack by the U.S., as well as a nasty smear campaign regarding them having some sort of connection to 9/11, and it's kind of a joke to me if you think about it. They're just going to point a finger at whomever for 9/11 until they get anyone they want to out of their way in the Middle East. And unfortunately, because here in America, we put people in stereotypes, you know, the Muslims or even Indians I've seen get put in the Muslim stereotype. Um, we tend to, you know, let their racism uh, run off with our minds instead of us thinking clearly and realizing that, you know, Iran had nothing to do with 9/11. Iraq, don't really think had anything to do with 9/11. It had everything to do with our government coming up with a reason to not just scare us all into giving up our rights, but to go into the Middle East and begin their terror, I guess. So that's basically what I have as far as an update on the Middle East, and I'm going to check in tomorrow and see if I can't give you guys some more information. I apologize if the video is quiet. I'm babysitting. I have a little baby, so adorable, sleeping next to me, so I'm trying to keep it down a little bit. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on that, and you guys should as well. In your search engine, if you want to just enter in U.S. Syria, SNC NCB, post-democratic Assad agreement, or excuse me, post-Assad democratic agreement, Arab League, any of that you can. U.S. envoy to Damascus, and you'll get all the information that I got myself. All right, so thank you guys and have a wonderful night. Bye.